We were doing projection of uniform circular motion as an example of SHM, simple harmonic motion. So we were doing the mathematics. I proved that projection, it is having oscillatory motion, but we are to prove that its motion is SHM also, simple harmonic motion also, right? So again, I'm going to draw this circle. Okay. So mathematics of SHM we are going to derive. Again, I draw this reference circle. You know, this circle is called reference circle that we were drawing yesterday. This is called reference circle. X, Y, X dash, Y dash. This is O point, P point, angular speed omega. This is theta. This foot of perpendicular called projection is M. This is also theta. This is R. This is Y. Okay, so these were all the particulars. All right. So yesterday we derived displacement in SHM. Displacement in SHM is given by y is equal to r sine omega t. This equation we derived yesterday, that y is equal to r sine omega t, where what is r? R is amplitude. We also proved that this is maximum displacement or amplitude. So r is amplitude here, omega is angular speed, t is any instant of time, and y is displacement at any time. Suppose the particle moves here. Okay, then this will depict the displacement. Right now, this much is the displacement. Fine. Now we are going to derive velocity in SHM. So give this heading velocity in SHM. Velocity in SHM. So differentiate, you know, velocity is rate of change of displacement. So differentiating this displacement equation, r sine omega t, you know what it will be? Omega cos omega t. Its derivative will be omega cos omega t. So we can just note this down for comparing that displacement is expressed in terms of sine and velocity is expressed in terms of cosine. Okay, so this is velocity in SHM, but this is not the desired expression. We are yet to derive it. So from equation number 1, this is say equation number 1, how can we write sine omega t? It can be written as y by r. Sine omega t can be written as y upon r. From here we can calculate cos. ठीक है, यहाँ से हम cos कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं यूजिंग द आइडेंटिटी sin square plus cos square theta equal to 1. So cos is under root 1 minus sin square omega t. Okay, I do it here. From equation number 1, sin omega t is y by r. So using identity, cos omega t is under root 1 minus sin square omega t. So put the value of sin omega t after squaring it, y square upon r square. So it will become r square minus y square over under root of r square, that is only r. So we have calculated the value of cos omega t from here and we are going to substitute it here. So V is r omega under the root r square minus y square upon r. R will get cancelled and we get the desired formula of velocity in SHM. That is omega under root r square minus y square. So note it down. This is velocity equation in SHM. This is velocity equation in SHM. velocity in SHM. Have a look at this. Displacement in SHM is clear to you. This is velocity in SHM. Let us say this is equation number 2. This is equation number 2. Now we are further to find acceleration. So I am going to rub this reference circle. Let us now find acceleration in SHM. And you know, acceleration is rate of change of velocity. So once more we will be differentiating. Velocity is r omega cos omega t. Take r omega outside. D by dt of cos omega t, you know, that is minus omega sine omega t. Derivative of cos is minus sine. So we get acceleration is minus omega square r sine omega t. I hope this step is clear to you. A is minus omega square r sine omega t. Now see, what is this r sine omega t from equation number 1? R sine omega t is y. So we put A is equal to minus omega square y. And note this down, the equation of acceleration in SHM is minus r omega square sine omega t. This is acceleration in SHM, but we are going to find that characteristic. So since omega is a constant, acceleration is negative of displacement. Acceleration is directly proportional to negative of displacement. This proves that the projection of uniform circular motion is having SHM. It is having simple harmonic motion. Okay, so this characteristic, this way we are to check in each and every case if we want to prove that a particular motion is SHM or not. Then we have to first find the acceleration by double differentiating the displacement, and then to prove that it is directly proportional to negative of displacement. It is not compulsory that displacement is always x. We may use symbol y also for that. Like here we have used displacement y. So sometimes we'll be using x, sometimes we'll be using y. It doesn't make any difference. So we can use both the symbols x and y for displacement. So have a look at this. If any doubt you are having, you can ask. So this shows that the motion is simple harmonic motion. All right. Now, time period in SHM. Time period and frequency also in SHM we are supposed to find. Time period in SHM. So using this formula, A is minus omega square y. What is modulus A? That is omega square y. So omega square is mod A upon y. Omega is 2 pi by t under root A by y. So from here we get a formula for time period in SHM, that is 2 pi root y by A. Only positive value of A, because A is negative, but negative under root will not be defined. So that is why we are dropping the negative sign and we are taking the absolute value of acceleration. So what will be the basic formula for time period? Basic formula for time period would be 2 pi root displacement, whether we are using x symbol or y symbol, upon modulus of acceleration. So this becomes the basic formula for time period in SHM. This is the basic formula for time period in SHM. This thing is clear. Now frequency in SHM, just we'll be taking the reciprocal of time period, that will give us frequency. So frequency is 1 by 2 pi root A by Y. So this gives us frequency in SHM. This is frequency in SHM. So we have done whole of the mathematics related to simple harmonic motion. Any doubt? Displacement in SHM, velocity in SHM, acceleration, time period, frequency in SHM. All these things should be clear to you. Okay, fine. Right. Now, I give you one question. You have to prove whether the motion presented by this equation is SHM or not. So how to do these types of questions? Show that or find out whether this motion is SHM or not. Whether the motion presented by this displacement equation A sin omega t plus B cos omega t is SHM or not. Yes, solve that. So what you will do? This is your displacement equation. Differentiated once, you will find velocity. Differentiated once more, you will find acceleration. And if that acceleration is directly proportional to negative of displacement, that will show that this is SHM. Okay, so double differentiate it and tell me whether you are able to write acceleration directly proportional to negative of displacement or not. Yes, do it yourself and tell me. So velocity is dy by dt, that is a omega cos omega t minus b omega sin omega t after differentiating once. Then acceleration is dv by dt differentiated once more, a omega square sin omega t minus b omega square cos omega t. Now, if you take minus omega square common, what you are left with inside? A sin omega t plus b cos omega t. So this term in the bracket, that is y. So that means we can write acceleration is omega square y, or acceleration is proportional to negative of displacement. This shows that this is an example of SHM. So yes, this equation represents simple harmonic motion. So this way you can check any equation, whether this is representing simple harmonic motion or not. You can check any equation by this method. Fine, students, any doubt? Yes, any doubt you can raise hand. Clear? Very good. All right. Now we are going to study graphical relationship between displacement, velocity and acceleration. So for that purpose, I need to write their equations that we just derived separately. Then we'll be discussing, we'll be plotting graphs now. So graphically, we'll check what is the phase relationship between displacement, velocity and acceleration in SHM. So graphical representation of displacement y, velocity v and acceleration a in SHM. Okay, heading is not visible, see that? Okay. So the equations were y is equal to a sin omega t, v is equal to r omega cos omega t, and acceleration was minus r omega square sin omega t. We just derived. I hope these equations are clear to you. We just derived. Okay, with the help of these equations, we'll be plotting these quantities graphically now, right? So, first of all, This side will be presenting displacement versus time. This side velocity, and here acceleration versus time. Let us divide a time period into 5 equal parts. Let us divide a time period into 5 equal parts. The parts will be like this. 0, t by 4. 2 t by 4 means t by 2. 3 t by 4. 4 t by 4 means t. So we are dividing a time period t into 5 equal parts, each of interval t by 4. Each of interval t by 4. Yes, Gitesh?
मैम y इज इक्वल टू आर साइन ओमेगा टी नहीं आना मैम वहां पे?
इक्वेशन हमने देखो चेक करो क्या डिराइव की थी, y इज इक्वल टू आर साइन ओमेगा टी है ना वहां पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट इन।
मैम मैम आपने ए लिखा हुआ है।
हाँ आ रहा है वो, ठीक है, एम्पलीट्यूड है।
ओके मैम।
कई बुक्स में ए सिंबल भी लिया हुआ है एम्पलीट्यूड के लिए, ठीक है, बट हम आर ही ले रहे हैं। नाउ इट्स करेक्ट। So we have divided a whole time period into 5 equal parts, each of gap t by 4. So this is 0, 1t by 4, 2t by 4, 3t by 4, and 4t by 4. Right. So let us check how much is the displacement. Now, first of all, we'll be plotting displacement. So put t equal to 0. Put t equal to 0. What do we get? Y is equal to r sine omega t. T is 0. So it becomes r sine 0. What is sine 0? That is 0. So for t equal to 0, we have our first point, displacement is 0. So we mark our first point. For t equal to 0, y is also 0. Let us mark our second point now. For t equal to t by 4. So put t equal to t by 4 in this equation. So for that purpose, we'll also be putting omega equal to 2 pi by t and t equal to t by 4. We get t cancels, 2 2s are 4, r sine pi by 2, r sine 90 degrees. Sine 90 is 1. So y is r, maximum. Displacement is equal to amplitude. So let us say this is the amplitude. So divide into equal time intervals. So we'll be plotting according to the same gap. This is corresponding to t by 4. This is 3t by 4. Okay, t by 2. Then 3t by 4. Then corresponding to t. So this is our point. Y is equal to r. Let us say this much is equal to r. So y is equal to r for t equal to t by 4. We have marked our second point also. Is that clear, students? Any doubt? We have marked our second point also by putting t equal to t by 4 here. Same way, now do this for t by 2. Put t equal to t by 2 now. This 2 gets cancelled and we get sine pi only. You know, sine n pi is 0. So we get 0 again. Sine 180 degree is 0. So we again get 0 displacement here. So we mark our third point corresponding to t equal to t by 2. Check that first 3 points are clear. Any doubt how I have solved, how I have calculated displacement by putting different time intervals? Now tell me for t equal to 3t by 4 yourself. Solve this yourself and tell me what will be y. Yes. So any guesses what is the answer? For 3t by 4 how much is y? कौन बताएगा? Have you solved? Angle will be 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 means 270 degree. Sine 270 degree is -1. So your answer will be minus r. So our next point for 3t by 4 is minus r. And for last t, t will get cancelled. We will get sine 2 pi. I told you sine n pi is 0. So for sine 2 pi being 0, again we will get the last point y equal to 0. So corresponding to y equal to t, capital T, again the displacement will be 0. So corresponding to that, we get all these 5 points. Any doubt in solution of any of these points, you can tell me, I can solve here. I have not solved 3t by 4 and t. If any doubt is there, I can just solve. Tell me. Is that clear? Okay, so let us join these points and get the acceleration, the displacement curve. So joining these points, we get, yes, really we are getting a sine curve. So this is the graphical representation of displacement in SHM, which is a sine curve. All right. So next is the turn of velocity in SHM. So same way we are going to solve velocity points. So put t equal to 0, v is equal to r omega cos omega t. So cos 0. Cos 0 is 1, we will get v equal to r omega. This r omega term is called maximum velocity and this is called velocity amplitude. Okay, so note this down. How much is maximum velocity? That is r omega. So that's why this r omega, that is called velocity amplitude. ठीक है, तो अब इसको पुट कर देते हैं. So corresponding to t equal to 0, we have some maximum velocity. So we mark this point here. Let us assume that this is r omega. Okay, so this is maximum velocity here. Fine. Now let us put t equal to t by 4. Put t equal to t by 4 now. Omega is 2 pi by t by 4. Again it becomes cos pi by 2 and cos 90, that is 0. Now cos 90 is 0. So we get 0 point corresponding to t by 4 interval. So this way go on finding all the points. So I'm marking, you check whether you are getting the same point. So for next interval, you will be getting velocity equal to 0 again, minus r omega. For next, you will get 0 and for next, you will get again r omega. So you check all these points. In the same way, you check all these points. For the next interval, t by 2, you will be getting velocities minus r omega. For the next, again 0. And for t equal to t, you will get velocities equal to plus r omega again. So let us join these points also to mark our velocity curve. And yes, you can see this is a cosine curve. Yes, really we are getting a cosine curve. So velocity is represented in terms of cosine and displacement in terms of sine. So that means how much phase difference is there between velocity and displacement? 90 degree. So there is a phase difference of 90 degree between velocity and displacement in SH. So note down, velocity and displacement, they are having a phase difference of 90 degree between them. क्योंकि आपको पता है साइन में 90 ऐड करें तो कॉस बन जाता है, कॉस में 90 करें तो साइन बन जाता है. तो इन दोनों में कितना फेज डिफरेंस होता है? 90 डिग्री. So I hope these two are clear to you. Then we come to acceleration equation. So same way, put all the time intervals in acceleration equation and solve. So put t equal to 0 in this equation of acceleration. So acceleration would become minus r omega square sine 0. Minus r omega square sine omega t, put t equal to 0, sine 0 is 0. So acceleration is 0 corresponding to t equal to 0. So we get our first point. We get our first point acceleration is 0 corresponding to time 0. Then for t equal to t by 4, acceleration would be minus r omega square sine omega t. Again, that would be sine 90 degree, sine pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 is 1. So acceleration is minimum minus r omega square corresponding to second interval. So we mark this point here. Acceleration is negative. Acceleration is negative. Let's put now t equal to t by 2. Acceleration is minus r omega square sine 2 pi by t into t by 2. So we get sine pi. Sine pi is 0. So we get the third point, that is 0 here. Put t equal to 3t by 4. 3t by 4 here. So this is 3 pi by 2. Sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. So this becomes plus r omega square. It becomes plus r omega square. So we mark a point in the positive direction. Then for last, put t equal to t. Put t equal to t here. What do we get? Sine 2 pi, that is again 0. So again acceleration is 0 for the last point also. So let us join these points. And you will again observe that it is a sine curve, but negated sine curve. You see, acceleration is minus sine omega t. So we have negative curve, sine curve, but that is inverted. It was like that, and it is reverse of this. This is just negative of this positive curve. All right. So this is graphical representation of displacement, velocity, and acceleration in SHM. So if we talk about the phase difference between velocity and acceleration, that is again pi by 2. Velocity is represented in terms of cosine and acceleration in terms of sine. So again, there is a phase difference of 90 degree between velocity and acceleration. But if we see the phase difference between displacement and acceleration, who will tell me? How much is phase difference between displacement and acceleration? Who will tell me? I told you that between displacement and velocity, the phase difference is 90 degree. Between velocity and acceleration, again, the phase difference is 90 degree. I am asking phase difference between displacement and acceleration. Yes, Pawan. Pawan, did you raise
pi
hand?
radians.
How much?
Pi radians. Pi.
Yes, 180 degree. They are 180 degree opposite to each other. Okay, as it is shown here also, they are 180 degree opposite to each other. बिल्कुल एक दूसरे का रिवर्स है. So that means phase difference sin omega t and minus sin omega t, phase difference between displacement and acceleration in SHM is 180 degrees. So note it down. All right, I hope this logic is also clear to you. This discussion is also clear to you. Any doubt in calculation of any point you can ask students. Okay, so let us continue with the topic, and let me tell you how to draw a reference circle when the equation in SHM is given to you. Two things we take into consideration. This is actually NCERT question. When they will be giving equation of SHM and you will be asked to draw a reference circle, right? So let us do that. For example, I give you one equation. X equal to X or Y, anything can be there. Don't worry about that. X equal to 2 cos pi t. Suppose this is the displacement equation given to you. X is equal to 2 cos pi t. So draw its reference circle. So let us take by default. देखो sin भी हो सकता है, cos भी हो सकता है, because sin and cos both are harmonic functions. ये आपको पता होगा कि ये दोनों harmonic functions होते हैं. tan नहीं हम यूज करते. साइन या कॉस की टर्म्स में आप अपनी इक्वेशन को एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो. कभी साइन भी हो सकता है, कभी कॉस भी हो सकता है. तो हम रेफरेंस सर्कल ड्रॉ करने के लिए एक कन्वेंशन रख लेते हैं, लेट अस टेक द इक्वेशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ कोसाइन। तो हम कॉस की इक्वेशन को बाय डिफॉल्ट ले लेते हैं, तो इसका मतलब ये हमारी सिंपलेस्ट इक्वेशन है, इसको हमें बिल्कुल मॉडिफाई नहीं करना पड़ेगा। अगर साइन में दिया हो तो आपको कॉस में इसको कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। सेकंड कन्वेंशन है कि लेट अस टेक द मोशन इन एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन ऑलवेज। ओमेगा को हम एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में बाय डिफॉल्ट ले लेते, ठीक है। तो अब यहाँ पे देखिए, इफ आर इक्वेशन ऑफ SHM इज y इज इक्वल टू r sin ओमेगा t, और इनिशियली कोई फेज बन रहा हो पहले से, ये ओमेगा टी क्या है, दिस इज एंगल, दिस इज फेज। हो सकता है कि पहले से भी कोई फेज हो बॉडी का, वो ओरिजिन पे ना हो, देन दिस इनिशियल फेज, दिस फाई इज कॉल्ड इनिशियल फेज, ये नोट कर लीजिए, दिस इज कॉल्ड इनिशियल फेज और एपोक, ठीक है। इसको हम कहते हैं, जो एंगल ओमेगा टी के साथ आपका दिया होगा उसका मतलब क्या है कि आई एम सेइंग कि मोशन अदरवाइज यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगी ना t इक्वल टू 0 से, इसका मतलब है कि मोशन पहले से ही कहीं और एंगल बना हुआ है, वहां से स्टार्ट हो रही है। सपोज 45 डिग्री का इनिशियल एंगल है, तो दैट वुड मीन कि आपकी मोशन यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रही है इंस्टेंट t इक्वल टू 0 यहाँ पे। अगर कोई इनिशियल फेज नहीं दिया हुआ है, फॉर एग्जांपल इन आवर करंट इक्वेशन, तो आप ये एपोक जो है इनिशियल फेज है उसको 0 ही लोगे, तो यू नीड नॉट मेंशन दैट, ठीक है। बट इसको नोट कर लो कि व्हाट इज एपोक, व्हाट इज इनिशियल फेज, राइट। सो लेट अस कंपेयर इट टू दिस इक्वेशन नाउ। आपका r कितना है, सपोज दिस इज गिवन इन सेंटीमीटर, तो आपका एम्पलीट्यूड हो गया 2 सेंटीमीटर, सो यू विल ड्रॉ सर्कल ऑफ रेडियस 2 सेंटीमीटर। So to draw the reference circle, you will draw a circle of radius 2 centimeter because amplitude according to the equation is 2 centimeter given. Initial phase कोई भी नहीं है यहाँ पे, ओमेगा टी के साथ कुछ भी नहीं है, ठीक है। तो इसका मतलब आपका इनिशियल फेज 0 है, यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगी मोशन, t इक्वल टू 0, मोशन यहीं से स्टार्ट होगी, ठीक है। और आपका ओमेगा किसके इक्वल है, कंपेयर करिए, दैट इज इक्वल टू पाई, ओमेगा इज पाई रेडियन पर सेकेंड। आपकी एंगुलर स्पीड कितनी दी हुई है, आप यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो, पाई रेडियन पर सेकेंड। सो दिस इज योर रेफरेंस सर्कल, विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट इक्वेशन यू हैव फॉर्म्ड योर ओन रेफरेंस सर्कल। दिस वाज एन एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। तो देख लो, बाकी हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे।